Okay.
I'm Scrooby McIntyre of Goliad, Texas. See, I am Alejandro Alvarez of Goliad, Texas. We're here at the hanging tree, you know. A place where hundreds were hung after a quick trial at the courthouse, or in the streets, or in the saloons. It all started after the execution at Goliad, during when the Tejanos tried to steal our land. It all started after the massacre at Goliad, during our glorious fight for Texas independence. See, a glorious disaster at the Alamo and at Goliad. You were foreign terrorists trying to steal our land. We were fellow citizens of Mexico until Santa Anna destroyed the Constitution of 1824, stole our rights, and sent an army to kill our people. We will never agree on the fight, but we gave you Tejanos a good whipping at the Presidio. There was one man who survived that massacre at the Presidio on Palm Sunday. He was my grandfather, Angus Scrooby of Goliad. He was shot and wounded at the Battle of Goliad and chained in the Presidio like a dog. Bleeding and half dead he was. He was marched to a back road with the other 350 prisoners of war and shot at point-blank range by that Mexican firing squad of Colonel Portillo. Hey, that is where my grandmother, that's a Francisca Alvarez. Yeah, the Angel of Goliad, they called her. She found him, you know. See? She moved him secretly to her casa and nursed him back to health. In the meantime, the Mexican troops found a handful of survivors of that massacre, and they hung them on this very tree. See, my grandmother and the local priest, they tried to stop the hangings, but Colonel Portillo, who had ordered all the bodies of our dead soldiers burned, he wouldn't back down. It was a despicable act, hanging wounded prisoners of war. Sí, muy mal. And that was just the beginning of the bloody history of that tree, of this tree right here. By 1857, hundreds had been hung by the neck to dance at the end of the rope on this very tree. And then it got worse. Mexican cart drivers were helping to move hundreds of settlers to their homes in Texas. But the Anglo drivers didn't like it. The Anglos decided to put an end to the Mexican moving business by hanging 70 Mexican drivers on this tree. 70 abuelos, padres, hermanos, hung like common horse thieves. Muy mal. It was indeed. Now, there is a story that two boys, one Scottish and one Mexican, cut those bodies down and gave them a good burial in the middle of the night. And they found the burial place of the Texas soldiers of Goliad and showed the place to the governor of Texas. And those two boys, they grew into men, and they became one the alcalde, the mayor of Goliad, and one the captain of the Goliad militia. They never let anyone be hung on this tree, ever. And some say these two amigos, compadres, will guard the hanging tree every night when all the city of Goliad is sleeping. You can hear the two friends They're talking or singing or laughing. We're playing the harmonica high up in the hanging tree.